If you're looking to improve your verbal communication, you want to get better at conversations and things like that, I got you. But it starts off with some awareness, and that's what I'm gonna be providing for you. Some awareness of what's going on, how to change it, how to practice, how to be better, right? But first and foremost, you have to realize that there's a certain pressure that we have to connect with people. We want to be accepted, it's our nature. And sometimes this causes us to be either A, way too direct, or B, way too creative. For example, somebody could ask you a simple question like, hey, would you like to go here with me? And you could simply say no, but now you're saying, well, I have to do this, and because of this, and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And you do all of that when you could simply say, I'm not up for it today, or I have things to do. It's very direct, it's very simple, right? And then you have other scenarios when someone says something to you and they are giving you, sometimes even begging you for the opportunity to be creative, and you just say, well, yeah, no. How was your day? How do you feel? Good. It's way too direct. And the thing is, when you become better at conversing and better at communication, you realize that you can use these things to your advantage. Sometimes you can just choose to be direct. Sometimes you can choose to be creative for yourself, even. But for example, I'm gonna give you all a good example. So, compliments. Compliments are a good way to start a conversation. And if somebody gives you a compliment, it is one of the most brilliant gifts the universe can ever give to you, right? But you can handle that two ways. Somebody can walk up to me and say, hey, I like your shirt. I like your hair. And I can say, I appreciate it. You have a good day. And keep it at that. Have done it many times, you know? And in another situation, somebody will come to me like, hey, man, I really like that shirt. I'm like, I appreciate it, man. I actually just got this. I've been feeling a little more confident and expanding my taste for things. And, I really like this. And that simple response will take that conversation all the way to what you have to eat last night, because you're allowing yourself to be creative, right? But sometimes it's going to call for you to be a lot more direct. When someone's sitting there telling you, look, I'm tired of the BS, I'm tired of running in loops, I'm tired of trying to decide whether you like me or not. How do you feel about me? And you simply tell a person, I like you, I enjoy your time, I enjoy the time we share, I enjoy being in your space, and I want to move forward with you. It's very direct. It's not, you make me feel good, but let's get straight to the chase, right? But those things can be used either way. You see the duality of life. Sometimes it calls for the direct approach. Sometimes it calls for you to be a little bit creative, and those conversations will create conversations inside of more conversations. And you can go as long as you want to, but also remember, compatibility has a lot to do with it. Receptiveness has a lot to do with it. Some people you can talk to for hours. Some people you can't talk to for 30 minutes without feeling like you interview them, without feeling like you prying, right? So it's important for you to just be active, to look at those cues, to see when somebody is receptive or not, to see when the person is giving you the opportunity to connect. And that leads me to the next point, which is be free. Do not stress trying to impress. Be free as possible. One of the things that I like to do, a cheat code that I've spoken about many times before, is that I do my best to treat people as if I already know them. Do I do this to everybody? No. But the energy behind the way I speak to people is still the same. But I'm not sitting here like, oh my God, I'm just so curious to find out about this person. I know nothing about them. I want to know their favorite color. Like, yes, I have those thoughts, but I treat you like I treat somebody I've known for 10 years, because those relationships, those interactions flow the best. Imagine you meeting a person, and you like them, they like you, and they're like, hey, what's your favorite color? What do you do for work? Where are you from? How old are you? When's your birthday? What's your mom's name? What's your dad's name? You can be like, well, God damn, you want my blood type too? Like, relax. Like, I get it, but damn. Like, can we talk? Versus you get with a person and you just who you are. Like, you just kicking it, you cracking jokes, you saying whatever you saying, what's on your mind, and you're not trying to impress this person the whole time. That approach is what impresses people more, because it's free flowing. And you being vulnerable, you being yourself, it causes people to be like, you know what? Like, shit, he got his sunshades on, feet kicked back. I might as well do it too. And that causes those conversations to be created in conversations, and there's a certain comfort that you get that allows you to perform well. Because when you have all this pressure on yourself and you're trying to force these connections, it taints them and it stains the canvas in the wrong way, right? And we have to learn, we have to go through these things, but you have to understand there's a certain light, there's a certain energy that's just created when people are comfortable, when people are in their element. And you showing a person that, look, I might not know you, you may not know me, but I'm not afraid to be in my element. That will influence them to do so, which will make conversations effortless, which will also give you the comfort to be silent. Because a lot of people are afraid of silence. They think that if a conversation is quiet, that it's dead, but it's not. The silence is where everything simmers in. The silence is where you get to appreciate things and also understand that some people think in silence and some people think as they speak. Some people, they have to chatter a lot to keep these conversations going. Some people, like, you ask them a question, they're like, well, how do you feel about life? And they sit there and and they really soak it in because they not rushed. They don't have the pressure to, oh well, I think life is I but people are different. Understand there are different types of communicators, different types of speakers, there's different types of thinkers. Like I said, learn how to pick up on those social cues. You just really have to put yourself out there and stop putting so much pressure on yourself, stop putting so much pressure on people, and just make things a lot simpler than you are making them. Instead of you seeing a person and thinking that you have to connect with this person on the deepest level and you have to be friends with this person or you have to be in a relationship with this person, just simply say hello. A simple hello can start it off and you can get into everything that I spoke about before, but make things simple. Communication is a basic level of our function, which I know in this world is definitely getting us away from who we are and what we are. But you just have to go back to the bones of everything. Go back to the simpler times. A simple hello, there's so many different ways to communicate. There's so many different ways to speak. So stop feeling so pressured to do things the right way. Even though I'm making a video, letting you know, giving you some awareness about why things happen and how things happen, there's still no right way to communicate. Because you could go find a person right now that you have the greatest communication, the greatest conversations with, and they might say two words. And you might have to speak enough, for the both of you. But things are just things. Life is just life. But regardless of all of that, you have to put in the reps. You have to put in the reps. And also, I like to remind people that life is not always about the things that you're so fixated on. Like when people talk about, oh, I want to learn how to talk to people better, they think about, oh, well, what about business or what about relationships? Like, you can talk to your neighbor, right? And not feel pressure. You can say what's up to the cashier and not feel no pressure. And that actually builds you. That actually gives you those reps. When you in that Uber, don't sit there and look out the window, like speak. Like, hey man, how's your day going? Like that person is driving you around. You could at least offer them that. How you doing? Like, and it's you know what I'm saying? Life is just all about the repetitions of really anything. That's what creates that skill. Even the bad things. You don't get good at bad things by doing it once. You got to repeat. The same thing happens for the good. So like I said, man, instead of you sitting back in fear, which you going to be afraid if you're not comfortable with something. There's fear in the unknown. There's fear in the unfamiliar. You have to make yourself familiar with these things. You have to make yourself familiar with having better conversations. What does that look like? What does that smell like? What am I doing? What is going on when this happens, right? When the things went right, what was I doing? Did I feel more free? Was I forcing it? Like, analyze your own life, what you're doing, but repetition. Everything that I just told you, it can enter your brain and leave. But if you go outside and approach the first person you see and just say hello and keep doing that every day, this video will not even be valuable to you. It might have led you to getting to that point, but the repetitions, the experience is the best teacher. All I can do is just throw words at you. It may help you, right? But experience is the best teacher. I can sit up here and talk and do all of this, and I still feel anxious about going and approach somebody. I approached this lady the other day. I knew of her, followed her on socials, never spoke to her in person. And I went to a restaurant. I'm like, yo, that kind of looked like her. And I was not leaving that restaurant until I went and spoke to her. Like, I would have had it out with myself. I ordered my food. I got up. I walked over there where she was at. She was working. I was like, hey, excuse me, are you such and such? Right? And she was like, how do you know me? And I was like, blah, blah, blah. She was like, oh, I was trying to see if that was you because I had like the hat on and everything. But we had a simple conversation. I wanted to know where she was from, what was her situation, how was her day, how was she enjoying work, what does she like to do for fun? But it wasn't like I was going down this list of things. It just happened like that. You know what I'm saying? Naturally free flowing, because you're a person just like me. You bleed just like I bleed. You might look good. you know, you're a person. You're human. So I say all that to say, treat people like humans. Treat yourself like a human. You can make mistakes. You can recover. And sometimes you're going to mess up. But that's what makes life beautiful. Because if everything was too perfect, if everything was comfortable for you to do, life wouldn't be exciting at all. So stop putting so much pressure on yourself and go out there and actually put some pressure on yourself. Just saying. Right? But I love y'all, man. I just wanted to make a quick video about that. I've been getting a lot of questions about that, getting some updates. But like I said, man, I'm not teaching y'all anything, just reminding you of the information that you already know. And experience will teach you all these things. But I think perspective does help out a lot. It definitely does help out a lot. And I feel like I'm a pretty good communicator, but I want y'all to know that I'm still very new to this myself. I grew up very naturally shy. I'm still naturally shy. And I have some anxiety with it, when it comes to those things as well, but I'm still working on that myself. But I'm not afraid to throw myself out there, past the point of no return. So yeah, it's a learning experience for all of us. We just got to go out there and do it. So I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching. I hope all is well. Take care of yourself. Go out there and talk to somebody. Go outside and say hello to somebody. Go on a trail and ask them why they here. What do they like about this? Do they know any spots? Like, just use the people, the place, and the thing to generate endless ideas. Some people will like it. Some people won't. Some people will be attracted to you. Some people won't. Some people want to talk. And some people don't. It's just life. I'm out. So it's really CFG the whole way. The relative minor of F is D. And the relative minor of G is E. So yeah, you play.
Once upon a time you dressed so fine, threw the bumps of dime in your prime. Didn't you? People said beware, you're gonna say I'm glad we care. You can have the tricks to you. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. Now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't act so proud about having to scrounge your next meal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own? No direction home, like a complete unknown.